What's up, guys? What's up, guys? I used to talk to this person. I remember going to Fantasy Whims in New Orleans, and this girl that loved Lil Romeo. She used to kiss me on my cheeks every time we get on the bus. Every time when I go to Fantasy Whims, she loved Lil Romeo, and I was telling these kids at 14, 15 years old, they got their house, and Romeo got his house, and she used to get on the school bus and just play Lil Romeo and do all of these things and all the rest of those things. And we talked about me being in the Boy Scouts in New Orleans, and and people, OGs, and everybody used to get on my case and just tell you, but I survived. I'm listening to all the old cats in New Orleans, and people used to get on my case a lot. I used to get stopped by my mama don't realize that. And when I was a kid, going to New Orleans East, and I stayed on a corner. When you get out the corner, the police are always arresting you. And I used to get always stopped going out there for school, going out for the school bus. And one time they got tired. My mama got tired, and she don't even remember. They got tired of them picking with me, and she don't even remember this story. And she called the New Orleans chief. Said my son can't even go to school. I catch the bus in front of my door. I go around the corner. Because in New Orleans, you got middle school campus and you got high school campus on the same bus in New Orleans. So you get middle school and you get high schools put together, and we got to be with the high schoolers in there. So, and you might catch elementary with other, you might catch those things with that. But, and those are the things. And the reason why I came up, Master P kept Romeo out of the hood. And the reason why I kept that, I got a song called Wish You Hear the Wood, because I never saw Romeo in that, but I didn't want him to think. I'm a big fan because of that. And I wanted to get his attention. I hated that Mirza put Spark Dog and Tum Tum on the cover of what that mean, and on Wish You Hear the Wood, because the song was like I was trying to just aim, but Master P did right is keeping him out of trouble, and you gotta understand how Master P moved. You gotta understand how they move, and I just think that was the most greatest gift, and you understand how they move and do things. I had a lot of regular relationships in New Orleans, and a lot of relationships. Dated a girl named Lisa in New Orleans. Just been in and out of a regular relationship. I met her in New Orleans. I had a black woman. I dated a black chick in a regular gym. She was beautiful as hell. But me and her got into some arguments. Once I come out, we got into some arguments. Yeah. Like literally, me and her, like y'all gotta understand. My teacher, I went through a lot of speech therapy when I was a kid, and my teacher, I met her in New Orleans. That was my last speech therapy, because I didn't start talking. I wasn't saying my words right. It was hard for me to talk, so I had to go through a lot of speech therapy when I was a kid in New Orleans, and I didn't start talking to a certain age, and I had to go through a lot of things. So it was like, and we're gonna talk about that, me growing up in New Orleans and going through those things, right? Growing up in New Orleans, growing up in New Orleans. I remember my nanny. My nanny wanted me
According to the Honest Local, home to a population of nearly
I remember my
377,000
nanny wanted me to get Lil Wayne the CD, and Lil Wayne them sitting on the porch, and they barely didn't want to. I was too much of a bad butt and acting like Stone Cold and The Rock, and I couldn't give him the CD because Lil Wayne was just focusing on Squad Up, and focusing on Squad Up. So she got where that weed. I was just talking to my nanny the other day, and where that weed at and things. I was just talking to her, and I was just talking to her. But no, it's this girl, man. It's just going to the me just be able to participate with all the other waters, the other students who went to the water park in Fantasy Williams, a class field trip, and this me to be able to be on the other school bus with the regular students. And that was the most being in the band. That was the most thing to be a part of something great. I had that privilege because I had regular PE, and I had that privilege in New Orleans. Just it was just great understanding just to be around and just participate. And and one of the homies, I dated this other black girl in Fantasy Williams. We dated, and we used to always play jump rope a lot. And I tell them I tell them my homies, and they did something. They fucked the girl under the tree, and they did something they wasn't supposed to do. When they went to jail and Fantasy Williams, and I'm like, hold up. I come back, y'all niggas, y'all y'all do that. And I'm like, no, this is a true story. And everybody I get on their ass and like, what's wrong with y'all, man? And say, Hubert, that's like, yeah, man, like, and the dude, one of my classmates that he actually taught me, he actually like physically taught me. He went to jail for smacking a black girl and peeing in her mouth. Like, because me and him when we first met, we didn't get along too. Until I started venturing out through school and PE, and me by listening to him play the cymbals and listening to him play the cymbals, and we didn't get along at too, because he was say, I'm not scared of you. And he actually went to jail. Like, but me and him grew the greater bond in the band when we just came with a great understanding. We came with a great understanding, and we was like, hold up, we actually, and he taught me some things too, and I was able to listen. He taught me how to have control, listen to the beat. He taught me so much in New Orleans band. He don't know how he just was able to that guidance, and he was just able when other teenagers were able to give you that guidance and just. And at my drum major and people under me, and sometimes I didn't always work on my instruments. I had to listen to watch other instruments that watch the read notes and trying to teach me how to read notes and sit up there and watch the trumpets of people and me do different things, selling candy and things and all of that, man. I did it in the Boy Scouts and I did it in Fantasy Williams. So, and just be able to participate in that matter. We sold cookies. But this girl that loved Lil Romeo, people should look at Lil Romeo and be like, hold up, I got my own house at 14 and 15. And I want y'all to look at that and how big that he got. I made that song, Wish You Here Was, because I didn't want to upset because I'm a big fan. But I didn't see Lil Romeo up in New Orleans. But, man, they was up in different parts of New Orleans. So I just wanted to make the song like I'm a big fan, but I want to ruff a few feathers at the end of the day. And the song made a big impact, but it didn't make an impact like it should have in that format on Wish I Hit It Was. And I'm gonna tag Romeo up, me growing up in New Orleans and doing this. But yeah, I dated a girl named Dominique with glasses. She had glasses, and another person, three other girls that was in different classes. And she had on glasses. She had a twin sister, and things. And me and her used to walk, kiss, and just do stuff from school. And we used to do all of these things. So we used to walk and be school and do all of those things. And me just growing up and just be around. I told you, like people don't know. My nanny said, stop telling people I used to beat on y'all. Like and people got to realize something. Sabina glad we didn't have kids when we was young, like really, because if she would have got to know my nan and like literally. And if I would have put my hand on her, she would have came to that house and she talked about it. She would have whipped her ass. I see my brother getting his ass whipped for putting his hand on his baby mama. And I'm like, hold up for a second. I don't want that shit to happen. I don't want that shit to happen. And not taking cameras around. I don't want that shit to happen. And I like, hold up for a second. I gotta make sure when I do have a kid, when I do have a kid, I gotta make sure I step it up. You know, I don't know how many I'm gonna have. That I'm telling Sabina. I know we wanted kids when we was young. We can always fix it. Her dad said give her time. Her dad said give her time, and her dad and her mama said give her time. It's not time, and I gotta trust into that. You know, I have to trust in that. But Mary and Mirza can't hang out. We gotta trust into that. And since she called, I'ma focus on myself and put time into myself. And put time into myself. You know, and put time into in myself, and that's the greatest thing about that. And that's the greatest thing. Give her time. No, I don't want to talk about how I wanted to kiss her, and I was with myself every time we sat across from each other. I was so mad because I couldn't be able to kiss her when I'm sitting across from her mom and dad and sitting. She nervous, she's not comfortable, and I couldn't actually kiss her. And I'm like nervous, and I could just sit and just want to hold her and like. And people don't understand. I wanted her there every time, and she never was there. And like, and we spent time with each other. Don't think we didn't spend time. But I wanted her at the movies instead of the mirror. I wanted to hold her. I wanted to hold her instead of just chilling out with the mirror. And I'm at CC chilling with her friends and things, and I'm looking at another girl's face, and all I could do is think about you and the concept of it. And the concept of this, I'm in Bergen Island not being myself because I wish I'm sitting with your cousin, but you're not there in Bergen Island, across the street from downtown Carrollton, over there. And I'm like, I wish she was there, even when we eat at Bergen Island. And then like me, every time I sat in there, I slept in that living room at night. I dreamed about her just being there. And when we was in a relationship, I would just sit there and dream about it, and just dream about it. And people gotta know, understand as a team that how you feel if you sitting right in the living room as a team, and if she's across, and we can't touch each other. I can't touch her. I can't kiss her. And you know, I can't do the things that it hurt it, and it made me not this. It made me not, and I'm like, and I told Marissa that's selfish, like, because people that's conflict of me spending time, and I'm confused about certain me, Jessica sitting across from each other, seeing her smile, we sitting at CC's from each other, and we talking to each other, and what happened? I'm at our house, and things, and with Mirza, and I'm watching Jessica smile, and I'm watching. It's kind of complicated when you. I'm going to the movies with Albert. I'm in a van with other girls, Albert and other people, Cassie, cousin them, and I'm by myself, and I'm single. I'm not actually talking to anybody in that format, right? But I got other girls, Cassie cousin, Cassie them, and things. But I'm not actually. And we all going to the movie theaters, and we getting in the van, and we doing those things. and me, and I'm like, hold up, I gotta, and things. Thank you, thank you. So it gets hard in that format of me being in Texas and me being. I graduated middle school in Plano. I graduated middle school in Plano when I wasn't supposed to be in high school. Plano got a middle school campus and it got a high school campus, and I was supposed to go to the high school campus, but we moved out there. Cause they pull you out of class when you're not supposed to be in a class or something. And I lucky before I even started school, the schools in New Orleans said, no, he don't supposed to be in this situation. You know what I'm saying? He don't supposed to be, cause you trying to put him in. No, he don't supposed to be. And and they talked to each other before even my mama even decided it. And those are the things.